When all hope's gone dark and the light fades out, the sun's still burning, the sun's still burning. This place is our cathedral, all just beating hearts. 7 billion people, just open up your arms. We're broken and we're bleeding, it's not too late to start. Picking up the pieces, just open up your arms. Or we could come together. We could come together. Turn the hatred off, make the madness stop. It's not working, it's not working. If you look around, there's a common ground. We're all hurting, we're all hurting. This place is our cathedral, we're all just beating hearts. 7 billion people, just open up your arms. We're broken and we're bleeding, it's not too late.
You're listening to Chill Your Mind Radio.
Just open up your arms, or we could come together. We could come together. At the end of the day, at the end of the world, we're still turning, we're still turning. When all hope's gone dark and the light fades out, the sun's still burning, the sun's still burning. This place is our cathedral, all just beating hearts. 7 billion people, just open up your arms. We're broken and we're bleeding, it's not too late to start. Picking up the pieces, just open up your arms. Or we could come together. We could come together. We could come together. We could come together. Place is our cathedral, we're all just beating hearts. 7 billion people, just open up your arms. We're broken and we're bleeding, it's not too late to start. Picking up the pieces, just open up your arms. Or we could come together.
If I told a million lies to make you stay, would that be wrong? If I asked you to be mine one last time before.
Psychic spies from China try to steal your mind's elation. Destruction leads to a very rough road, but it also breeds creation. An earthquake's out to a girl's guitar, that's just another good vibration. And tidal waves couldn't save the world from California. To decide that the things that I tried were in my life just to get high on. When I sit alone, come get a little known, but I need more than myself this time. Step from the road to the sea to the sky, and I do believe that we rely on. When I lay it on, come get to play it on, all my life to sacrifice. Hey, oh, listen what I say, oh, I got your head. Now listen what I say, oh, oh. When will I know that I really can go to the well once more? Time to decide on when it's killing me. When will I really see all that I need to look inside? Come to believe that I better not leave before I get my chance to ride. When it's killing me, what do I really need? All that I need to look inside. Hey, oh, listen what I say. Come back and hey, oh, look at what I say, oh. The more I see, the less I know, the more I like to let it go. Hey, oh, whoa, whoa. Deep beneath the cover of another perfect wonder where it's so white as snow, privately divided by a world so undecided, and there's nowhere to go. In between the cover of another perfect wonder, and it's so white as snow, running through the field where all my tracks will be concealed, and there's nowhere to go. Oh! When to descend to amend for a friend all the channels that have broken down. Now you bring it up, I'm gonna ring it up just to hear you sing it out. Step from the road to the sea to the sky, and I do believe what we rely on. When I lay it on, come get to play it on, all my life to sacrifice. Hey, oh, listen what I say, oh, I got your hey, oh, listen what I say, oh. The more I see, the less I know, the more I like to let it go. Hey, oh, whoa, whoa. Deep beneath the cover of another perfect wonder where it's so white as snow, privately divided by a world so undecided, and there's nowhere to go. In between the cover of another perfect wonder where it's so white as snow, running through the field where all my tracks
Come on in, just stay a while. Uncle Lou and BBD gonna make you smile. Good morning, good morning. The Uncle Lou and BBD morning show.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. 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 Clap your hands, clap, clap, clap. Stomp your feet, stomp, stomp, stomp. Spin around, spin, spin, spin. Alright. Good morning, good morning, good morning. 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 Wash your hands, wash, wash, wash. Shake your hands, shake, shake, shake. Brush your teeth, brush, brush, brush. Alright. Good morning.
I'm gonna snort some cayenne pepper up my nose.
Good morning. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm sitting out here and I'm ready to start the show. I just like that little instrumental. It's not even a real Tool song, that little song that was just playing there before their new album came out, like a year before their new album came out. They started playing this little riff at some of their shows, and people were like, "Oh my God, that's one of their new songs," and people were putting it all over YouTube and all, and that's what that is. And part of that song did end up being becoming Descending, if you know the new Tool album, the song Descending, but that's not the exact tune or whatever, but you can pick out parts in that song that then later when the album came out, you heard those same parts in Descending. But anyway, I still like that little. It's just like a little 3 or 4 minutes. So usually I'm ready to go, but then that song comes on. I'm like, I'm just going to sit here and listen to that for a few minutes though, and tuned also. But good morning though. It's Uncle Lou here. Yeah, that's right. It's me, Uncle Lou. And guess what? Just take a wild guess. I'm live for you on LOUTUBE today. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. This is the morning show with Uncle Lou and BVD, though. BVD, what's my co-host on here? He'll be calling in here in a few minutes. And we do this show 4 mornings a week for you here, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 8 a.m. So big shout out to all y'all tuning in today. And yes, we have part 2 of the talent show coming up today. We're still in round 1. Saw 4 contestants yesterday. Tough decisions had to be made, and tough decisions were made. 2 people moved on. 2 people were thrown into the pit of misery. Dilly. Today, we'll pick out some more winners and losers for you here on part 2 of round 1 of LOUTUBE's Got Talent. I'm sure we have some fascinating individuals to showcase for you this morning, as was the case yesterday. So we will get to that a lot sooner today than we did yesterday. We'll see if we can't get through the rest of round 1 today, maybe, I guess. I think that would be good. Today's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Yeah. Oh, yeah, good morning in that, BB.
Yeah, hey, look, Chess's mama ain't going to be on the show today, is she?
I sure hope so. Man, I sure hope so. We're going to talk about that in a minute.
We got to get her, man.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that for sure in a minute.
Got to tell the people what's up about that.
Yeah. But happy Tuesday to everybody, though. Don't forget to tune in tonight right here on this channel at 10 p.m. for Uncle Lou After Dark, YouTube's longest-running college football call-in show. 10 p.m. to 11 p.m., I take phone calls from all over. We talk about college football. And then at 11 o'clock, Battle Royal. That's right, fan versus fan coming up tonight in the second hour of Uncle Lou After Dark. We'll get 2 college football fans on the line at the same time, and we will let them verbally assault each other. Right, it's true.
Assault's fun, isn't it, when it's somebody else doing it?
Or it's fun when I'm doing it, to be honest.
Well, I mean, I was thinking more along the lines of, never mind.
It is fun to watch other people go at it, yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Usually. Yeah. Sometimes you're sitting there going, okay, is this over yet?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes you're sitting there going, damn, why did I even let these 2 at it?
Yeah. Throw it down,
that wasn't the case last night, though. Anyway.
I like the way you talk. I can't get over, I mean, he just sounds just like the guy, Big Dog Brett. I mean, I've seen a million people do that. I've seen a million people do the, I mean, that's a popular impression to do. I mean, you even see professional comedians and professional impersonators will do that a lot. I've heard people do it as good as Brett. I've never heard anybody do it better. Like, Brett is as good as anybody I've ever heard do the Sling Blade.
Yeah, he's put in some time on that one.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure it's a combination of that and somehow just being blessed with the right type of voice to get down into that gritty, that I can't even do it, but I mean, if you close your eyes, you wouldn't know. Yeah, if you close your eyes, you wouldn't know if you were watching a movie or listening to him. It's unbelievable. And,
we were talking about that one night. You got to do it in order to do that voice good. You got to act like him too. You got to poke your head out.
Oh yeah,
chin down a little
Wouldn't you love to see him when he was doing it? Yeah, because you know he'd be.
I'm surprised you didn't get him to do it yesterday at lunch.
I should have. Yeah, I should have. But yeah, he's. It's amazing how just dead on the money he is with that whole thing. And not only that, it's one thing to be able to do the really good impression, but to be able to carry on a conversation in character like that when you don't know what questions, like you were asking him all kinds of questions and he was just bam, 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 bam. I mean, he's you can tell he's perfected that over a fairly long period of time, too.
I wonder if he drives his kids nuts with that. I'm gonna have to ask him that. I bet his kids are sick of it.
Oh yeah, they are.
His wife.
Well,
surely.
they're sick of him in general. I confirmed yesterday. Yeah. Shout out to Big Dog Brett, though. I got to meet not only him, but his whole family yesterday. He was in town for a little bit, just kind of passing through on the way back from somewhere else. And I met him for lunch down the road here at Outback Steakhouse. His entire family was there with him. Really nice people, too. All of them, the kids, the wife. I remember all of their names, BVD, but I don't like to put people's business in the street. But I do remember but I do remember all of his kids and wife's name though. But I don't want to, that's not for me to say. But they were all really, really nice. We had a good time. Hung out for an hour or so there at the restaurant. We had a good time. I'm gonna say it anyway. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna say it done got him a boat. BVD, Big Dog Brett
Wow.
did. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about boats, but it appeared to be a pretty good deal to me. I'll just say
Ain't
that.
a John boat, is it?
It ain't no John boat. He got him an actual boat.
Big old bass fishing boat.
This looked like a ski boat. But I ain't no boat person, but this appeared to be a ski boat to me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not either. We joke about that John boat thing all the time, but I would love to have a John boat.
I know you would.
That'd be plenty good for me.
Can't you save up $150 or something and get you one?
I probably could.
Yeah.
I probably could.
But I'm not talking about a yacht here.
I don't care too much for fishing anymore, so I just be that old man out there putting around on the lake, staring at the little girls. When I say little girls, camel toes, I mean 40-year-olds and above.
Yeah. Oh God, you got to clarify.
Yeah, you got to clarify that shit nowadays.
He hears little, he gets excited. Anyway. But yeah, so I had a good time. That was nice. It was good to meet him, his family, his kids. Good people. Big Dog Brett. So shout out to him. I don't know if he's listening this morning or not. He's a busy and important person, BVD, so I don't know if he's tuned in or not.
Aren't we all?
Well, yeah, to varying degrees.
Yeah, I kind of give you did yesterday kind of give you just a small dose of what it's going to be like at the Slav Olympics, meeting people.
Well, that's not the first time in my life I've met people. But
and not the first time in your life you've met fellow YouTubers either. But
yeah, now I haven't met that many, which is a little surprising, I guess. But I haven't. I honestly haven't met that many people.
Not
from
up
YouTube.
there on Sleeta's level, in other words.
Well, just in being serious, it seems like most people that run in this circle have met way more people than I have. So I don't know. Who have I? I met Lewis, but he lives here. I met Brazzy B. I've met Magnum. Is there anyone else?
Brett.
Celine Driver, Big Dog Brett.
I don't know. I can't think of anybody else you've mentioned.
Now, I'm talking about people who have channels now. I don't want anybody to get offended.
Yeah.
I've met a ton of people through the comment section at spring games and Georgia games and Random Tuesday at the mall, stuff like that. I don't want anyone to get offended. I'm referring to YouTubers here. When I say I haven't met a whole lot of people, I've met a ton of people through this channel. But yeah, we did talk a little bit about Slav Olympics. He lives near there, so I sort of got the impression he was just gonna maybe drive over on Saturday or something, spend the day.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say that, but that he was like, I was like, yeah, that'd be great if you can go. And he was like, oh yeah, well I live not too far. I don't want to say where he lives, but so I sort of got the impression he would at least be there for Saturday, which I hope he will. I hope everybody can be there for at least Saturday. I hope everybody can be there for 3 days, but the more the merrier. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a great time. If nobody shows up other than the people that have already confirmed hotel rooms, we're still going to have a good time. I mean, me, you, Celine Driver, TikTok, Chess Hall. Who else? I'm leaving somebody out. Oh, Pigskin Pete. Pigskin Pete. Sleeta lives in Atlanta, so we just need to make sure we remind Sleeta in January or something. I know how it is, and I've worked my fair share of time in retail environment. We just need to make sure and remind Sleeta sometime in January to get off that weekend if he can, because it's hard to get off I mean, he's been there a long time, so depending on the company, they work it different. But he's been there long enough. He can probably get a weekend off when he asks for it far enough in advance, I would assume. So hopefully he can get the whole weekend off. But at least if he could get Saturday off and come hang out for the day with us on. I mean, if anybody can only come for one day, I would say Saturday would be the day. I mean, come early Saturday morning, meet us in the park or whatever. We'll do our thing out there, and then we can hang out all day and do the Hall of Fame and go out to dinner, and then people can drive home if that's what they wanted. If they can only come for the one day, that would be the day to come, would be Saturday. But anyway, that's going to be amazing. Slav Olympics.
Do you see, well, I'm guessing you did, the thing yesterday about the NCAA, I don't know, it's not I guess it's a committee, I don't know, shooting for 6 weeks, 6-week time frame for everybody to get ready to play.
Yeah, do they think, I'm confused, do they think anything they say matters? Half of college football is already practicing. Nothing the NCAA says matters. They can't tell anybody what to do. The whole article is pointless. 6 weeks of practice. Says who? Says you? You're not in charge. People are practicing now.
Something to talk about.
Yeah, it literally means nothing.
They're looking for something to talk about too, I guess.
I reckon. Yeah, I reckon. I need to find some. I need to attract some Georgia fans to this channel, some new ones. Most of the existing ones have written me off over the last week here between my Jack Fromm video and my Alabama preview. Getting hard to find Georgia fans around here now.
You got in trouble with that Alabama video, didn't you?
Yeah.
How dare you predict them to be good?
Right.
What's wrong with you? Hell you thinking? Only idiots like me can get away with doing something so stupid.
I don't know. I think it was on your thing last night I said, or maybe it was somewhere else. I don't know. I get confused about where I am and who I'm talking to sometimes. I don't understand. Even Alabama's goal is not to go 12-0 in the regular season. What is that? So Georgia goes 11-1 and loses to Alabama. There's literally no difference. Let me ask you this. If Georgia goes 11-1 and loses to Alabama, there is no way they're not in the SEC title game. No way, because that means they will have beat all the teams in the East.
Yep.
There's no difference between 11-1 when that loss is to the West and 12-0. No difference. None. You know what the difference will be? Maybe one spot in the ranking the last week of November. That's it.
All you got to do to dance is get there.
If Georgia's 12-0 at the end of the regular season, they'll be ranked number 1. If they're 11-1 with their only loss to Alabama, so they're third? And either way, they still have to play that first Saturday in December and win, and you're in the playoffs. Losing, you're not. I mean, so I don't understand getting mad because I knew this guy wasn't. You know how I like to pin hate comments on my videos. I knew this guy wasn't a Georgia fan through and through. This guy picked Georgia to lose to Alabama. No way he's a Georgia fan.
So, never mind. There's no.
Oh my God. Anyway,
sometimes you just can't win, can you?
Can't win for losing. I'm excited about part 2 of this talent show today, though.
Yeah, I wish we'd have had like 100 entries. Wouldn't that have been something?
Oh man!
Could have just give each one of them $1 and called it a day.
Yeah, we would have had to already. We'd have had to run through these things. 100 might be.
How many are you gonna try and get through today? The rest of them?
Try to get through the rest of them today. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see.
Have you previewed all of them?
I mean, I've watched them all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you know then.
Well, yeah. What do you think? I'm going to press play and then it's some 9-year-old yelling the N-word? Yeah, of course.
No, I mean, you know how many of them are like super long and how many of them are.
Oh, I don't remember all that off the top of my head.
20 seconds of somebody whistling.
No.
Or trying to whistle.
No, I haven't. I don't. I have no idea.
Shout out to DrewTube.
Right. Who is still in it in the consolation bracket. So let's keep that in mind, too. And also, in addition to that as
What
well.
was that? What is the name of that song he was whistling yesterday?
Oh, I have no idea.
Has anybody ever looked up or learned the name of that? We all know it. You know, we'll just call it the dee song.
BVD, you want to make some money this football season?
Yeah, I think I would like to, and I think I know how I can go about doing it.
Yeah, go to betnow.eu. They can set you up. You know what I would do, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to read my comment section every week, and that's how I'm going to pick my games, because these people in the comment section are batting 1,000. They've never gotten a game wrong.
You know, I never thought of that.
Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do.
Mexican hat dance, says RB Smata.
Yes. That's racist.
That's the way some people pick their football games.
Oh, I normally don't like to bring Facebook drama onto YouTube because it's Facebook drama.
However,
I woke up this morning to this on Facebook. Derek Raycroft, you're a white boy. As such, you are the enemy. You recessive gene-carrying mugga-fugga. From some random black guy on Facebook. I went ahead and told him, congratulations on being just as bad as the people you hate, sir. Congratulations. You are part of the problem, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah.
But how lost and confused do you have to be to type that out?
Was that someone you actually know?
You're the enemy. No, never heard of this guy. He's hiding behind a fake account, too. His name is G Red, G-E-E, Red, R-E-D-D. Hiding behind a fake account.
Quote that again, Lou. Quote what he said again.
You're a white boy. As such, you are the enemy. You recessive, gene-carrying mugga-fugga. Yeah. Yeah. If only I was more sympathetic to the cause, you know?
I'm trying to...
Never mind the fact I've been excommunicated from, never mind. Never mind the fact I'm not white enough for a lot of Georgia fans. But nope, according to G Red.
But you are a white boy.
I'm the enemy. Congratulations, G Red. Pea-headed motherfucker. You're so goddamn stupid. It's shit like that. Shit like that is what
keeps it going.
That's what gives actual white racists something to point at and go, see? It don't matter. They gonna hate us all anyway. Well, in the case of G Red, you're right, sir. G Red is just a racist who hates white people. Period. And to pick me out of the crowd to single out as the one that's the enemy. And see, honestly, that really pisses me off. But
I wonder if it was one of the retards last night that was listening to Mark Rogers with us, with the several of us, and was not getting your analogy with the Bible and slavery. I wonder if it was one of them dumbasses.
Maybe, because people in general are stupid regardless of color, so it's very possible that went way over somebody's head. But I stand by what I said on Mark Rogers' show.
Oh, no, it went over a lot
Anybody
of people's
that
heads.
stands up today and tells me racism is wrong because the Bible says all people are equal, I give that about as much weight as I give a fart in a windstorm. None. I mean, you can't use the Bible to justify slavery for 500 years and now try to, now but the Bible now says no. I mean, no. Using the Bible to justify things is ridiculous because the meaning of what's in there changes depending on who's reading it and what it is they're trying to justify. So I don't, but anyway, I don't want to get into all that. None of that matters. But point is, it's just aggravating. It's aggravating to try to do what I think is the right thing. And I go out on a limb because, let's be honest, there's a lot of racist people on both sides. And so no matter what I say about it, it's going to piss somebody off on one side or the other, So, but I try to just do and say what I think is right. I do think there's issues in this country primarily against black people, way more so than white or Mexicans or Chinese or anything else. I just believe that. It is true to me. And I'm not just going to pretend it doesn't exist. So when people ask me about it or there's a platform to talk about it or whatever, I think the right thing to do is to speak out against it. Sticking our heads in the sand like nothing's wrong has not been working. It just clearly hasn't. So I think more people need to talk about it and sort of get it out in the open or whatever. But it just pisses me off when I do what I think is the right thing and say the right things and go out on a limb. And then you got idiots like this who basically could care less what I say. They just look at this and I'm automatically wrong. And people like him, he's just as bad as the people he's or the idea that he's fighting against, you know, and that's where you get into the cat chasing his tail, and it's just never going to stop because actual racists are going to look at somebody like him and go, see, doesn't matter. He's going to hate us anyway. And they're right. He is going to hate. He's going to hate you no matter what. You're right. This guy here, this G, whatever the hell, G Red. Yes, if you're white, he's going to hate you. That's all he needs to know. And that just pisses me off. Anyway, speaking of things that piss me off, you know, we're definitely having football. There's no doubt about it. Practice is starting. You go, you try to find news stories. All it is this same old. You know what this is? Do you remember the Me Too thing from a couple of years ago? That's what's happening now. That's what's happening now, but with race. It's everything is getting blown out of proportion now. And again, I am sympathetic to the cause. This thing with Dabo Swinney, this is out of control.
Now tell me again what happened with the Dabo thing.
A couple of different things. Someone took a picture of him wearing a shirt that says "Football Matters."
Oh boy.
Now, well, that doesn't even matter. And so that's one thing. The shirt is not mocking Black Lives Matter. It has nothing to do with that. There's a football foundation. I can't remember the name of it. And Football Matters has been their slogan for 7 years. Mm-hmm. That's just been it's some sort of youth football foundation or something. I wish I could remember the name of it. But that's been their slogan forever. So it has nothing to do with that. But someone sees him on vacation with that shirt on, they take a picture, and all of a sudden, you know, he doesn't support Black Lives Matter. So, and then the thing with the assistant coach, there's varying degrees of what's right and wrong. I don't think a white person should say that even in repeating or whatever like the coach did. But should he be run out of town? No. And is it Dabo's fault? No. But the same thing happened with the Me Too movement. It's a good cause, but people get so anxious to fix the problem that some people get maybe caught up in it that shouldn't be. You know, it gets just taken to. And I'm no Dabo Swinney fan. I can't stand his crybaby routine and how he thinks everyone's out to get him. And, you know, I don't like his whole persona that he's trying to put on about how everyone hates Clemson and we don't get any respect and all that. I'm tired of that. Every press conference he gave the last half of the season last year should have been sponsored by Kleenex. Was just everybody hates us. They just want us to lose. And, you know, oh, we win a game by 3. They drop us in the poll. Yeah. I mean, it was just on and on. No respect. Paul Feinbaum said something mean about me. And, you know, ESPN said my feet stink. And it was just on and on and on. And I'm just like, dude, you've lost like 3 games in the last 3 years. Shut up. If you win your games, you're going to the playoffs, you nitwit. It was just, you know, that thing worked with Clemson 4 or 5 years ago, you know, when they were first ascending to where they are now. The underdog routine that he had. They're not the underdog anymore. They're either the first or second best program in all of college football, depending on what metrics you want to use or look at. I think they're the best program in football right now.
I really don't even think it's an argument.
I mean, I think Alabama was clearly the best program prior to that, but Alabama's won their division once in the last 3 years. They didn't make the playoffs last year. They didn't even make a New Year's Six bowl. Clemson's made the playoffs how many years in a row? Won the ACC how many years in a row? I get it, the ACC is not as good as the SEC, but come on, what are we judging these? What are we judging these things on here? So right now, Clemson is the better program. That doesn't mean Clemson's a better team this year than Alabama or Ohio State or LSU last year or whatever, but when you're looking at programs, who's better than Clemson right now? So stop with the crybaby stuff about how it's us against the world and, this whole I'm just getting tired of it. So I'm no Dabo fan, but they're going a little overboard with him. Now, there's some other issues at Clemson that don't have anything to do with Dabo Swinney that I think should probably be addressed, but that's not for me to decide. Apparently it's for DeAndre Hopkins and Sammy Watkins to decide, though. But there are a lot of I don't know what the right way to say it is.
There's a lot of way to say about anything.
There's a lot of racist landmarks at Clemson. A lot of buildings that have names on it that shouldn't be there. Things like that. And DeAndre Hopkins and Sammy Watkins have had enough, they said. And they want to see some name changes at Tater University. We'll see if that happens or not. I don't know.
I don't get, here's one thing I don't get. I've heard a lot of people, since the Jake Fromm thing, I've heard a lot of people say, I ain't never watching Georgia again. Fuck Georgia. What the hell's his comments got to do with Georgia, watching Georgia football again?
People don't, that's like the same people that said they're not watching the NFL or the same people that say they're not watching ESPN. They're lying.
Yeah, I mean, I saw quite a few of those comments. And, boy, I tell you. I mean, what's their solution? What's going to, saying hypothetically, if this is true, which we know it's not, what's got to happen for them to return to watching Georgia football? Do we need to hang?
You know what has to happen? You know what has to happen for them to return to watching Georgia football? I'll tell you what has to happen. The calendar has to turn to September 7. That's all.
Yeah,
that's it.
Go.
That's literally it. That's all. That's it. That's literally it. Now listen. If somebody is a very principled person and feels really strongly about this issue, and Fromm is still on the team, and he's starting in someone, then maybe. Yeah. And I'm not even saying what Fromm said would deserve that strong of a reaction. I'm just saying if for some reason you think that it did, and you're very principled, and you say, you know what, I can't support this. I really believe what Fromm said was that bad that if Georgia and Kirby Smart choose to keep him on the team and start him, I can't support that this year. Okay. See you next year, I guess. I don't know, but he's gone. I mean, he's gone. Georgia has released how many videos now or statements or whatever in support of BLM and equality and all that. And not that means all the, let's put a video out now all the problems are solved. No, I'm not saying that. But is that not better than not putting a video out? I mean, every school has put out statements, videos, whatever. Yeah. Everyone is doing it. Half the schools in America are marching. Not that I'm aware of.
I know a lot of
so I can't say
coaches
yes
are doing that.
Yeah, a lot of players, a lot of coaches. The Clemson players did it not that long ago, a couple of days ago or whatever. I know Missouri has done a lot of players have done it. As far as what Kirby Smart has or hasn't done in terms of actual attending protests or whatever, I don't know one way or the other. My guess is that he has not, only because he tends to stay out of. You don't hear a lot of news about Kirby Smart that's not football related. Like, he doesn't seem to be one of these people that kind of. You don't see him in a lot of commercials, right? I mean, you see Nick Saban in commercials. Nick Saban made a commercial, told you to put a mask on. you know.
Yeah.
So you have some coaches, I think, that don't mind sort of getting involved in issues, even if it's just a little bit outside of football. From what I've seen from Kirby so far, his first 3 or 4 years, he doesn't really seem to be the type of person to be out there like that. I'm not making an excuse for him, like, oh, he should be marching or, oh, he shouldn't. That's not for me to say or to decide. But as far as I know, he hasn't, at least publicly, participated in anything like that.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I don't think someone has to. I don't think you have to. I don't think you have to. Participate in a march
Lou.
or something to still support what
Yeah.
what the march stands for.
You don't have to do these things.
Right. Yeah.
You
There
can
are.
choose to do it.
Yeah.
And hopefully,
I actually thought Dabo
you-
Swinney made a good point when he was talking about what he told his players about if they did decide to participate in something. Be careful, because this is a gotcha environment that we're living in, and somebody would love to provoke, just name a random athlete, right, and catch them on video, doing something, getting mad, whatever. So same thing with a coach. They would love to, everybody wants to catch somebody.
Yeah, I guess
So-
in a lot of aspects, it would be rough to be a famous person like that these days.
Yeah.
And you have to almost literally walk on eggshells.
That's what Dabo was saying that he told his team. He was like, listen, if you want to participate in a rally, a protest, a march, or whatever, I'll tell you 2 things. Please obey the law. And remember, you're not Johnny's student. If you show up somewhere, be prepared to be on ESPN later that day. So just keep that in mind. Whatever, and really, and that's a lesson I think, at least I hope, that college coaches are instilling in their players, regardless, because that's true in every circumstance. If you're Trevor Lawrence and you're at the mall and someone cuts you in line at the Orange Julius, your only real option is to accept it. You just can't be out. You just can't be out. It's not fair. I'm not suggesting it's fair, but you get a lot of advantages and privileges with being a star athlete at a big university or in the NFL or the NBA or whatever. You get a lot of advantages and privileges, but there are some downsides, and one of them is basically anything you do is going to be known by everyone, good or bad. So anyway, so I wanted
it rough,
I was going to pull up talk college football news this morning, but you pull it up and it's, you look at the headline, Hopkins Watson want name change at Clemson. Dabo defends handling of assistant who used slur.
That's kind of jacked up that is our college football news these days.
Ex-defensive back at Iowa says Doyle alienated black players. Oh, Iowa's got the Rona now. The Hawkeyes. Add them to the list.
Yeah.
Only 1 out of 237 people tested positive, though.
1 out of how many?
237. Now, so that's not all, what do you have, 120 players, and even including walk-ons. So this is support staff and everything, I guess, here that was, coaches, support staff. Like we were talking the other day, the guy that opens the door, the chefs, the cooks, the people that bring you your food, the medical staff, the trainers, a ton of people you're talking about here. So they tested 237 people. 1 had coronavirus. So that's actually pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
Right? If every team tested and they had 1 person, we I don't think we would have any problems,
No, lock them up. Hide them for a couple of weeks.
Lock them up. Throw away the key too, or no?
It depends on who they are.
If
they're a starter, you want to hang on to the key.
Right. Got to let them out, at least by pregame warm-ups.
Yeah.
Celine Driver, good to see you in here this morning, sir. Thank you for hitting that super chat button. He says, spring sucks. Delivery is pathetically slow. I have no idea what that means. Do you, BVD?
Teespring. He's saying Teespring.
Oh, he says Yee Spring.
Yeah.
Is he from Alabama now with the Yee?
I don't know.
Uh,
Probably ask him. He might be out there in your garage hiding.
There is a lot of places to hide in here.
Not as many as before, though, right?
BVD, I want that thing in my backyard. I'm tired of sitting out here.
Well, you know, what's that saying? 1,000-mile journey begins with the first step. Something like that.
BVD, give me $10,000 so I can move out of this garage into a building in the backyard.
One I should mail it to you or just bring it down there.
Since it's 10,000, I think it's best if you hand deliver it.
Okay. Well, I think Google Maps says it should take me, I think, about 6 hours to get down there. So as soon as we're done with the morning show this morning, sometime around 10 o'clock, you can be looking for me about, I don't know. You're going to have to give me a couple hours to get ready. You know, I'll be there by 6 o'clock this evening anyway.
Why is insulation so expensive?
I don't know.
I mean, I've never bought.
I have no idea because this house has none in it.
I've never had to buy insulation or whatever, so I've never known. But it just surprised me how expensive it was. I wouldn't have thought it would have been. It was more than I thought it was. Anyway.
What is what's a roll cost?
Well,
and
the rolls come in different sizes.
I know it depends on a lot of different things.
I guess the standard now, and also you have different R values. You know, so depending on how hot or cold your climate is, you need to buy a higher R value, and the higher R value then costs more. But about $30 a roll down here for what I would need. Okay. But like the building that I'm looking at getting built out back is like a 12 by 20, and it would cost like $1,000 just to buy the insulation. And I'm like, what? That seems high. And then I gotta none of that matters. Why am I complaining? People,
$1,000.
There's nothing people love more than tuning into this show to hear me complain. Sorry, I'll stop.
Now you might be onto something there. You might have a right to be complaining about that. $1,000, $30 a roll. Damn, you need a lot of rolls of insulation.
Yeah, and you got to remember. I think, like, I know me anyway. Typically when I just think insulation, I think walls. But you got to remember this is ceiling and floor too. So that adds to it. But anyway. Celine Driver also says T-Bone's better than Outback. I'm going to go ahead and agree with you there, considering there is nothing better than T-Bones. So Circle gets to square on that one, and you win. He says, wait, you white, Lou? That's what I've been told. Richard Smith, thank you, sir. He says, hot as hell in Texas. Have a great day, BVD and Lou.
I'd say you're probably more of a warm pink than you are white.
Yeah.
Just looking at your picture.
White.
In fact, you might be even beige.
White chocolate.
Yeah. Vanilla Lou.
Yeah. Bama boy, thank you for the super chat, sir. Good to see you in here this morning.
Didn't have anything to say, but thank you.
Yeah. So anyway,
that Bama boy's $2. That's for picking Alabama to be good yesterday.
You're welcome, sir. I also like the people that are like, I knew this guy was going to pick Bama to go 12-0. They're favored in every game. I mean, come on.
Even against the Barn and LSU?
Even against the Barn and LSU.
Even against Georgia?
Even against Georgia.
Jeez.
And listen, and I get it that a lot of people probably watch that. People don't watch. I know people don't watch every preview video I make. I get that, and a lot of people, this is their first year maybe watching those preview videos. I hate picking teams to go 12-0. I hate it. If I can find a loss, I'll do it, because as good as Alabama and Clemson and these teams are, it's just hard to go. It's hard to go 12-0. It's it's real hard, and so, and I pointed out all the games on Alabama's schedule. I'm like, listen, they could. Anybody that says Georgia can't beat Alabama is insane. Anybody that says LSU can't beat Alabama is insane. Anybody that says Auburn can't beat Alabama is insane. Is Alabama going to lose all three of those? No.
Not likely.
And believe me, I would much rather have picked Alabama to go 10-2 or 11-1. But when I looked at the schedule and where they play these teams, and the fact that LSU and Auburn are revenge games, and look at Saban's record in revenge games, and look at Kirby's record on the road in the SEC West, and it's early in the season, and we don't have a single quarterback on our team who's ever completed a pass at Georgia. It's just. Does that mean Georgia won't beat them? Of course it doesn't mean Georgia could beat them. Of course Georgia could beat them. Of course they could. Florida could beat Georgia.
Only Georgia had a quarterback.
Yeah, well, he's in Columbus, Ohio.
No, he's in Buffalo, isn't he?
Oh, Mark Rogers tried to set me up last night at the end of that conversation, didn't he? He was lucky I was ready to get off the phone. He said, Yeah, Georgia. He said, yeah, Georgia let Justin Fields play, but they wouldn't even let him throw the ball. Why is that, Lou? I said, yeah. This is the part where I'm supposed to go. You know why.
That was the most, not your call, but just watching Mark last night, that's the most animated I think I've ever seen him.
I agree, and that's why I called in. He's normally... like if Mark Rogers was a poker player, usually you wouldn't know if he had aces or 2-7 offsuit. Like he normally is just sort of stone-faced, and you can't really tell. And he's not really an opinion guy, really. He's sort of a facts. These are what they are, blah, blah, that kind of thing. And so it's hard to read him a lot of times. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you can tell that some of what's going on is getting to him a little bit, like whether it's for whatever the reason, but. So I agree with you. Yeah,
I think he felt like I think he almost felt pressured to have Zoe and the other two black guys he had on. I don't know if you saw that stream of his about a week ago, I think, and it was a good stream. I mean, they nobody was raising their voice or none of that crap. It was just 4 adult males having a conversation about the topic of the day.
Right.
And it almost just kind of felt like, and I don't know Mark, none of us know Mark, but it just looked to me like he felt pressured almost to do that. So shout out to him for doing that. I
mean, I know people like me and you and Mark Rogers are, in the grand scheme of things, are nothing. But I do think, and I told Mark this last night, I don't think not talking about it is the answer. And that's where it becomes really difficult, because people are so passionate. Any issue you want to bring up around what's going on, whether it's the Drew Brees thing, whether it's kneeling, whether it's what Fromm said, whether it's Black Lives Matters, whether it's police brutality, whatever issue it is you try to talk about, there are people that are so passionate on either side that no matter what you say, it's going to alienate some people on the opposite side. And so that's why people like me and you and Mark Rogers on a much smaller scale, but then people on, national sports people on a much larger scale have been so afraid to talk about these things for so long, because I get people will ask me all the time, why do you post this stuff? You know it's gonna run people off. And I did quit making political videos on my channel for that reason, but I truly believe there are some things that are so important you have to be willing to speak your mind about it, even if you know that means that some people, whether that's one person or 100 or 100,000, are going to turn you off and never turn you back on.
Yeah, and all of us in our small little group, you know, I don't know how to say this. You see a ton of people in the same comment sections. Like a lot of the people we're seeing here are in mine. A lot of the people in here we're seeing in Mark's. We all hang out together. So it's almost like, again, on a smaller scale, like you said, you almost have to. And I think people expected us to talk about it somewhat. Other people could give a shit less, which might be part of the problem. And then other people don't want to hear it at all.
Yeah, and I want to make one thing perfectly clear, too. A difference between what I'm saying about speaking out and maybe what some other people say without saying any names. Regardless of whether, and this is to everybody listening and that will listen ever, regardless of whether you agree with 100% of the things I say that are football related, political related, whatever, or 0% or somewhere in the middle, I want everyone here. I don't not like you or think you're less of a person if you don't agree with my stance on any particular issue. Now, I'm loud, I'm obnoxious, I'm very opinionated. I come off as though I'm right all the time, and that's just how I am. There are some people out there who have come out and said, if you don't agree with A, B, and C, unsubscribe from me, quit watching. I don't want to have anything to do with you. Get away from me. Mm-hmm. That's just as bad. I don't agree with that. Now, people can run their channels any way they want. I want everyone here. It's not my intention to run people off. That's basically telling people they can't have an opinion. Right. Yeah. So, but when issues become so prevalent that they creep into sports, which is what's happening with all this, and I feel as passionately about it as I do, I can't force myself to say nothing. And if I'm going to say something, I have to say what I actually feel. Yeah. It's not my intention to run anybody off by doing that. But like I said, as a country, I think we've been ignoring things and pretending that things don't exist for a long time. And generally speaking, that hasn't seemed to work. Not that me talking about it is going to make any huge difference in the world, but not talking about it's not either. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on it. I love everybody in here. I know, generally speaking, half the people are going to agree with anything I say and half are going to disagree. So it's not my intention to run anybody off. Now, BVD, on the other hand, that's a different story. Yeah. All right, let me finish up these super chats here, and then we're going to watch some pretty talented people entertain us here on the morning show, okay? Okay. Celine Driver says, I love my garage. Just where the saline is. Thunder. I love my garage, too, especially from November to March when it's not 140 degrees in here. Slim Shady says, I'm not white. Now. Slim Shady says, I'm not white, I'm Caucasian. The arresting officer said so. Remember, you have a right to remain silent, Slim. Waikiki, thank you, sir. He says, you need to get a contractor to buy your building supplies, Lou. They get a contractor discount, which is about 15% off whatever you buy. Yes, my father-in-law has been in the real estate business. He did 25 years in the military, retired about 20 years ago, I guess it was, from the military, maybe a little longer. And he's been in the real estate business since then, so he has a lot of contacts and connections within the contracting business in this area. In fact, I've used some people he knows to do things like, little bathroom projects around the house and stuff like that. So that's something that I've already talked about and discussed with him. So, yeah, because I'll be looking to save anywhere I can. And some of the work, here's the thing, I'm caught between wanting to do as much of the work myself as I can to try to save money. I'm caught between that, but then also wanting everything to be done right. And I am not, I mean, I'm okay handyman wise around the house. I'm no Bob Vila. I just come out and tell you, I'm no Bob Vila.
You more like a Tim the Toolman Taylor.
I can paint, especially in a situation like this where I can choose to put the walls up first before I put the floor down, and then I can paint. I don't have to worry about getting paint on the floor because there is no floor yet. That kind of thing. So like that I can do. I have hung drywall up before, one piece at a time to replace, something. I don't know that I trust myself to drywall an entire 12 by 20 room, including the ceiling would have to be done. I don't know that I trust myself to do that. Insulation looks easy by yourself. Insulation looks easy enough to do. You roll it up between the studs. I think I can do that. Running electrical out there, no way I'm touching that.
No, me neither. Not touching electrical.
Doing it.
If
so
you've
I've
ever almost been killed by an electrical occurrence, yeah, that almost happened to me years ago, and since then I ain't touching.
I have a rule when it comes to Uncle Lou's electrical work. I don't do anything behind the wall.
That's a pretty good rule.
Here's what I'll do. I'll change a light bulb. I'll change like a plate cover that's cracked, like the little cover that goes over the socket. Sometimes I'll replace that. I've replaced, I can hang ceiling fans. You got something plugged in, got something plugged in, and you don't understand why it's not working, don't call me. I ain't messing with no voltometers or all this. No, I'm not doing nothing behind the wall, plumbing or electrical. No.
My electrical, I know a little bit about it, okay, but the extent of what I'm going to do electrically is limited to I'm going to turn the switch on and turn the switch off and change the light bulb, like you said.
That's how I am.
And that's about it.
I mean, I would love to get on here and brag like, oh yeah, I'm great around the house. I'm this and this and this and I have tried a lot. Like I redid. We have the kids' bathroom. Like me and my dad redid that all ourselves. Repainted, took the old sink and counter and toilet and all that out, put new ones in. There was linoleum in there. I took the linoleum out. We tiled the floor. Like, we did that. But this is a small bathroom that basically is connected to my two kids' rooms. The big bathroom back in mine and Mrs. Lou's room, when it got time to do that, we had someone do it, So it's not, I'm not the type of person that just goes out every time something has to be done and say, nope, I'm not doing that, and look for somebody to do it. If I think I can do it, I'll do it. And I don't even mind trying something new sometimes, but a project as big as what this would be in the backyard and as much time as I'm going to spend out there, the last thing I want to do is spend all this money to get that thing out there and then be mad at myself because, something I did isn't exactly right. And I tried to save $200 by doing it myself or something. You know what I mean? If I'm going to spend this amount of money, I want it done right.
If Lou was single, okay, and didn't have young kids running around the house, what would your house look like on the inside? I mean, no details. You don't need details, of course, but yeah. I mean,
well, I'll be honest about our house. Our house is not dirty, but it can get pretty messy in a hurry.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the term dirty, I mean, there's probably people that would look at my house and the inside of my house and go, I don't live in that shit, but it's not. I don't know. Things are different when you live by yourself, and especially with a roommate, than they are when you're married and have a family. And
yeah,
I don't know what put us down this rabbit hole. But.
I mean, we keep the dishes done and out of the sink and the dishwasher unloaded, and we wipe the counters and table down after we eat, and we vacuum, but like if you want to ask me when was the last time I dusted my mini blinds or dusted the window seals throughout the house, I have no idea. Like
What
we're
about
we're
the
not.
shelves?
No.
When's the last time you moved all the little knickknacks and whatnots
Yeah,
and dusted
hard.
off the
Now,
shelf?
now, one of us will walk around every once in a while with like a spray bottle of Pledge and wipe down end tables and coffee tables. But as far as like moving everything off a shelf and getting back with a duster into every little corner, I mean, we just, we don't have a maid. We both work full time. We have two, a 9-year-old and 11-year-old. We just don't. It's not that. Our time is better spent doing other things, in our opinion.
Life's too short for all that fuckery.
Yeah, we're not trying to have some Martha Stewart house over here. Now, like you said, maybe they get 10 years, they move out. Yeah, maybe you handle things a little different, but we ain't winning no cleanliness awards over here. But this house is not dirty or filthy. I mean, this house stays clean. I make my kids clean their room every day.
Right.
They get up, they have a certain amount of time to do what they want or whatever, and then I give them a time. I say, by such and such time today, this is what has to be done. They each have chores that they have to do every day, and they do those. And if one of them wants to have a friend come over or something one afternoon, then they know their chores have to be done before the friend comes over, and all that kind of stuff. But it's not like we're running around here with a white glove on. Oh, you missed a spot. No, we don't do all that here.
When I first moved into this house, it's been about 4 years ago now. I made up my mind when I moved in. I was by myself, didn't have a roommate at the time. It was just me. Made up my mind this was going to be the nicest house I've ever lived in on my own. Going to get rid of all my junk. Not going to be a bunch of shit laying around. It's all going to be neat and nice and orderly. I painted the house before I moved in. That lasted about 2 months.
Yeah.
Everything turns into a catch-all. I just thought, what's the point? That's the way I feel. It's clean enough for me. It's not a pigsty, but my dog likes it.
Let's watch some talent. You want to?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
All right. I'm gonna get today's entries ready to go. Why don't you give us a brief recap of what happened yesterday, BVD, while I get this stuff pulled up here.
Okay, so yesterday we had the whistling boy, who put a fine effort into whistling the Mexican hat dance. We got Lou gave us the privilege of hearing that about 4 or 5 times. Thanks for that, Lou. Then we had, of course, Blake West regale us with a beautiful song about his grandfather. Sorry about your luck there, kiddo. Blake moves on. Then we had our boy Chess Hall, who showed us his amazing talent of spitting in his living room or bedroom, whichever, while singing into a spit bottle. Oh, by the way, there was a song in there somewhere. And then he unfortunately had to go up against the White Pele. So far right now, I would say out of the 4 that we've seen, I personally would put White Pele in the lead.
He was something.
He was. That was some good stuff. And you know me, Lou. I'm not the big soccer guy like you are.
I do know you.
But that was even for a non-soccer guy, it was clear that kid's got skills. He had me dizzy on a couple of them. I guess Lou was calling them okey dokes. Sounds more like a skateboarding term.
He had to hit him with them okey dokes, didn't he?
He did.
He had to.
Tore him up. So there's where we are right now. I'm gonna have to get together with.
Oh, I forgot about this one. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
I just saw one I forgot about.
I'm gonna have to get together with Chess sometime on that indoor spitting talent of his. Just curious if there was a spit can 15 yards away that he was aiming at, or if that was just kind of like one of those, fuck it. Let the big dog eat. Let it land wherever it lands.
Let it do what it do.
Mama will get it. I'm busy doing LOUTUBE right now. Probably what he was thinking. Jamie Oldman laughing at me for saying skateboarding terms. Those do exist, Jamie Oldman. If you weren't an old man, you'd know this. I got a feeling Jamie Oldman's like 18 or 20.
Tops.
But a good guy nonetheless.
Yes.
Assuming it's a guy. Jamie is also a girl's name.
All right. LOUTUBES Got Talent. Round 1, Part 2.
Here we go. Let me get my other set of headphones on.
Know how this is going to work here. We're basically pitting two people up against each other, just in the order that they happen to appear on my PC. These weren't put in any orders. These submissions got sent in. I created a folder on my desktop called Talent Show. As these submissions got sent in, I named them, and I added them to that folder. And then when I click on the folder, they come up in a certain order. That's the order we're going in. So we'll play one, discuss it, maybe play it a second time, discuss it some more. Then we will play the competition, discuss it, maybe play it again, and then we will ask for votes from the comments section. Remember, we're trying to keep the voting as legitimate as we can, so when we do vote, 1 for the first one or 2 for the second one, and you're in there voting 3 or 0, you're probably going to get timed
twice.
out. Yeah, you're probably going to get timed out.
Please,
we're trying to do this as legitimately as we can. This is a professional show. Try to keep that in mind at all times, if you can. I'm excited about some of these ones coming up today.
Me too.
Let's get started.
Sitting here with a personal problem too that I'm working through.
All right. This is entry number 5. We did 4 yesterday, so this is entry number 5. I don't think I'm going to give this any introduction, as I don't think it needs one. I think I'm just going to play it. Are you ready, BVD, to start part 2 of round 1, LOUTUBES Got Talent?
Let's get ready to rumble.
Here we go. Okay. Now, once again, when I play these videos, they play in whatever format they were sent in, so that's why it was sideways. Now, I've flipped it around now, so we can play it a second time here in a second. But BVD, what's your initial thoughts? What's your initial thoughts there?
As a former drummer myself, very impressive. I would have preferred to have heard it on a snare drum, but that was great, man.
Yeah.
Kid's got skills.
I would like to have Carter's opinion on that, but unfortunately, he doesn't tune into the morning show.
Yeah, I know. Well, he's getting prepared for his own Emmy award-winning morning show. So
he prepares for his shows before he goes on them?
I know, right?
What's that like?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay.
But yeah, that was good stuff. Whoever's next better be good.
Let's start this one more time. Maybe we don't have to watch it all again, but just so we can see it the right way up. That may matter. So, one more again. I have a couple of observations. Number one, I'm giving extra points here for two different things that I noticed. Number one, this is the most serious-looking drummer I've ever seen.
Well, I'm trying to figure out if he's looking at music, if he's looking at sheet music as he's doing this.
I don't know. He appeared to be staring directly at me.
Well, yeah. That's
Or
why
through
I'm
me.
if he was looking at some sheet music.
Appeared to be staring right through me. There was absolutely no expression. I mean, that is the literal definition of stone-faced. This guy is dead serious.
Clearly in a marching band.
The second thing I liked was at the very end when he did the double thing down on the drum and started to walk away. Like that appeared to be a little bit of anger. I liked that.
I think that was more like swag, Lou.
Really?
Like deal with that bitch.
That's
what I got.
I guess swag is good too, but I do think a drummer needs a little bit of anger.
Yeah, okay. That was a nice practice pad. I'm assuming that's what that was.
I think so. Yeah, so he doesn't
Totally
irritate
different
his
feel than an actual drum.
Yeah. Clearly a pretty smart individual too, as he's a fan of an SEC team.
Yeah.
Texas A&M Aggies. So.
Yeah. Got that going for him.
So that was pretty good. That was definitely a talent.
Yep. He didn't just roll out of bed and grab a spit bottle and start whistling.
Right. I'm curious to see what's up next now. I honestly can't remember. I added all these on here ahead of time. I don't remember what's up next. There is a way to find out, though.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the drummers competition, BVD?
Let's go.
All right, again, if this is sideways or upside down or whatever, I will correct it. There's no way for me to know, unfortunately, until it starts playing. But without any further ado, though, the Little Drummer Boys competition. Let's go.
Wait a minute, let me put some real in it. This is not a test, you dealing with a real menace. What's the business? Cut them off, lacerations. Ayy, lyrical assassinations. We play to win, you just play to finish. My heart in every verse and my soul in every sentence. What's the business? Cut them off, lacerations. Lyrical assassination.
Smokey the lyricist killer, dope like the crack of Manila. Spitting the facts on the track, get whacked to the back of the villa. Sacks get slack in the rilla, jack in the pack, a capilla. Running the Mac, a stack skiller, gun in the tag, a whack dealer. Verses so crucial, I spit it deep as Confucius. I leave you leaving with lesions, lacerations and mass confusion. Playing, you're losing, I leave your city in ruins. Your favorite rapper follow me, the crowd get the booing. A kid that ran from truants, I'm proving that you ain't new shit. The spit is so futuristic, there's no name for what I'm introducing. Moving you to a movement, the realest to ever do it. The boys spit so fluent, ebonics and finest schooling. None of y'all bother me, map you out like topography. It's gotta be hotter than South Nevada, obviously. Honestly, the problems I got them, but never got to me. Would help to list the names of everyone who's ever shot at me.
Wait a minute, let me put some real in it. This is not a test, you dealing with a real menace. What's the business? Cut them off, lacerations. Ayy, lyrical assassinations. We play to win, you just play to finish. My heart in every verse and my soul in every sentence. What's the business? Cut them off, lacerations. Lyrical assassination.
Lyrical lobotomies, everybody in front of me better just get to running, especially if they bother me. Wizard like Harry Potter be, that be my dichotomy. A lot of me is thinking about popping and dropping a shot of 3. Hopping inside my mind with me, my mama said my brain was blown, so we got an MRI. Doctor said my brain was gone. You see it on the streets, tell her to please come home. I got some new meds to try, so a new man is out.
Possibly a pariah, no telling if he's a lunatic. Usually introverted, you heard it, he nigga nervous. I'm Lucifer with the flame and you claim it, but never do the shit. Prove it if you for certain. You worthless without a purpose, and Hollywood be so unsettling. Heroin's what he's peddling, feeding them what they gave me. They hate the taste of their medicine, preaching these evil sermons and hoping to be a better man, thinking that he's a Satanist, devil worshiping reverend. No, wait a minute, let me put some real in it. This is not a test, you dealing with a real menace. What's the business? Cut them off, lacerations. Ayy, lyrical assassinations. We play to win, you just play to finish. My heart in every verse and my soul in every sentence. What's the business? Cut them off, lacerations. Lyrical assassinations.
All right, let me say this. If I thought that wasn't real, do you think I would put it on here?
Well,
we're not telling you who, we already told you yesterday, we're not telling you who these entries are from. So but well, if you think I'm easily fooled, then fine. But I will say this. If this person advances, then they would have to submit a different entry for the next round, and it would have to be them on video. I'll go that far. But somebody in the comment section said, "I know who this artist is. I just can't think of their name." No, you don't know who that artist is. It's a LOUTUBE commenter. Not that means they're not an artist, but that's nothing you've ever heard on the radio.
I guess my question is, why did they decide to submit it like that? Why didn't they submit it with them on camera, actually, us seeing them do?
Well, they have a YouTube channel, and that was already on there, and they just submitted that link.
Okay.
And there's, I don't remember the number of views, but it's like 100. I mean, it's not 100,000.
I mean, I know these low level, I'm going to call them obscure, not because they're not good, just because, anybody can be a rapper on the internet now. I know there's lots of these because my nephew is one of those guys, and him and his guy are amazing.
Remember Jay Hutch?
And I don't.
Remember Jay Hutch?
Yeah.
So,
that's my only problem with that entry is we didn't get to see him, and it was clearly good. I mean, and like I said, I don't like that kind of music.
We're gonna vote in a minute, but if you like number 2, but you're worried it's not a real person, and but you really would vote for number 2, otherwise, then I will require that person send something in where we can see that it's them. I can tell you what the problem is going to be with that, though. That's a professional recording. That's not somebody singing into a cell phone. That's probably auto-tuned. That's probably mixed. So I don't know if they were to record themselves.
Yeah.
Well, Metallica is mixed. BVD, are they talented?
I know, but Metallica is not entering a LOUTUBE, contest here. I mean, the drummer wasn't professionally done. Chess was professionally done. He just I don't know. I mean, I like.
Well, you don't have to vote for them, but to say that they can't enter is potato. Of course they can enter. They're in, and that's what it is. If you want to vote for them, then in round 2 they have to come on here and rap on video. If you don't want to vote for them, don't vote for them. But that's what it's going to be. So all these votes that didn't count so far, thank you. But now we're going to vote. So forget all these 1s and 2s that are in there now.
Yeah.
We're going to vote now.
People have a hard time with instructions.
They do. So don't count anything that's in there now. But starting now, though, 1 for the drummer, 2 for the rapper. Go. I think it's funny, too, all these people that can't even snap, but they're typing out messages that say this is clearly fake.
Damn, this one. Okay. G. Smith, I like both is not a vote. It looks like about it, Lou. Looks like about.
Which way did it go?
Looked to me like one. Got it.
So the little drummer boy, advances to round 2 of LOUTUBES Got Talent. Now keep in mind, DJ Squirrely or whatever your name is that sent the rap song in, there is a judge's save at the end of round 1 that me and BVD will have to agree on. And there's a consolation bracket. So it's not over for you, sir.
Well, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you right now, that dude is not winning the worst talent or the least talented. You know what I'm saying? His chance is either, his best chance is the judge's save, which that's it for him right now. There's no way I would vote for that guy for least talented.
Right.
Clearly got skills. Onward.
Congratulations to the little drummer boy, advancing to round 2. And I did enjoy the rap song, I'm not going to lie. And I listened to a couple of other ones that were on that channel too. But anyway, there can be but one winner, BBD, unfortunately.
That's the sad reality of life, Lou.
And today it just did not happen to go the rapper's way. Congratulations again to the little drummer boy. And now we move on to our next 2 entries here. And I am letting you know, beyond any shadow of a doubt, I don't know which one of these 2 it is. I don't know if it's the first one or the second one. And even after they play, I'm not going to say. I am so excited to debut one of these, though, that I can't stand it.
Why do people have such a hard time, Lou, with voting once and not voting 3 or 4 or, I mean, I guess the only thing I can think of is maybe these quote unquote voters think they're the first person ever to think of voting 3 or 4 or sneaking in an extra vote.
If I see any, the 3s or the 4s are supposed to be timed out.
Maybe they didn't see my first vote, so I'll vote again.
Oh, which reminds me, since that's a moderator thing, this is something I've been thinking about for a while, and I've avoided doing it. And if you run a YouTube channel that does live shows, you understand the conundrum I'm in. BVD, you'll get it too. You never want to do anything to make anybody mad, but you especially don't want to do anything to make people mad that are here all the time.
Yeah.
I have great mods, all of them. I also have plenty of mods.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to reward other people who are here all the time with being a mod. I'm just telling you from experience, from doing this for a long time, and from watching other channels that make this mistake. You can't have every single person in the chat as a moderator. First of all, being a moderator is, especially on my channel, I couldn't run this channel without moderators. The chat would be so toxic. Can you imagine if nothing ever got deleted or removed, or if no accounts ever got banned from here? This channel would be the most toxic on. Yeah. So the mods are very important to me for that reason. Plus, the people that are the mods tend to be the people that are here a lot and have been around for a while. And the last thing I want to do is make any of those people mad. I don't want to do that. Yeah. But I do want to give other people the recognition too. So sometime soon, and what I might start doing this around the 1st of every month or something. I'm going to completely reset all the mods the 1st of every month. And, give 10 or 15 people mods. Mm-hmm. And then the 1st of next month, reset them again and do it again. It's not, no one is doing anything wrong. All of the mods in here are amazing. And the last thing I want to do is alienate them because, like I said, they're the, some of the most loyal, and that's why they became mods and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, that's just something I've been thinking about doing. So if a live stream starts sometime in a couple of weeks and you're a mod today, and you come to a live show in a couple of weeks and you're not a mod, it's because I've reset them all. It's not, I'm not going to go through and say, well, I'm going to leave this person and that person, because then why did I pick this? You know, somebody's like, well, why did he leave that person as a mod, not me? So it's just going to be a clean slate thing. And then once a month we'll reset them, and that will give everybody an opportunity that wants to be a mod.
Just know ahead of time somebody's going to get their feelings hurt.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I'm saying, I'm saying something ahead of time, and I'll probably say something again in a couple of days before I do it, because I want, somebody's going to log in who's not watching now, and they're going to think they did something wrong, and that's not it at all. I want everybody to have an opportunity and a chance, but when you show up to a live stream and every single commenter is a mod and you're new, it gives off the impression that you don't fit in. You don't belong. So I can't just make everybody a mod. It's not good for the channel. And at some point I have to make decisions that are best for the channel. It's happened to me. I found new channels and that are live or whatever, and I'll go and everybody's a mod and they all know each other and they're talking back and forth. And I don't stick around very long there because I feel like I don't know anybody. I don't belong, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to come up with a way for a while to change this up a little bit to give more people an opportunity without alienating the people that are the most important to me, which are the most, the ones that show up all the time, and those are the ones that tend to be the mods right now, And I don't think I've added a mod, and I don't think I've added any mods since the day I created this second channel, so it's been a long time, 2 or 3 months, whatever it's been. Anyway. Enough about that. Let's get on with the talent show, though. One of these next two entries I've probably watched 15 times. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if it's this one or the next one. But here we go.
I've got to step away and use the bathroom, Lou, so I guess just go ahead.
We'll wait. I'll talk about something for a few minutes. Just let me know when you get back.
It won't take too terribly long.
All right, go ahead. Brian Biak, thank you for the super chat, sir. He says, y'all have a great morning. I think so far we are, Brian. Thank you for the super chat. I hope you have a great morning as well, sir. Per usual. You guys are going to know whichever video this is that I'm talking. You guys will know it when you see it. I don't know if it's the first one or the second one. In fact, both of these might be good ones. I can't remember. I added all these to a playlist or whatever. That's how I'm playing them now, and they're just numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever. And so I don't remember exactly which video is which until I actually play it. But one of these next two, I'm pretty sure is what I'm thinking of. But it's a good one. Y'all may end up having a problem with it too, though. I don't know. Sort of similar, in a similar way that you did to the rap song, maybe. I don't know. But it's pretty good, though. Alejandro said, should I subscribe to your Patreon? Is it worth it now? I think everyone should. What do you get over on the Patreon page? I think there's 3 tiers over on the Patreon page. I think there's a $5 tier, which basically, if you just want to support the channel some kind of way, what do you get? Like, I'll go over there sometimes and make a post, like, let me know like the preview videos I'm doing. Every single Patreon member gets to choose a team for me to preview. So you get certain things for that. The $10 one is for the live streams, the Patreon-only live streams, which I do a lot of those during the season. I live stream Georgia games and other games, too. Those are a lot of fun. And then the $20 one is all of that, plus you get a T-shirt or 2 every year.
Okay, sorry about that.
All right. Mike Bridges, thank you for the super chat. He says, I want to watch this Mark Rogers show where you called in. What's the info? If you just go to YouTube and search Mark Rogers, his channel will come up, and it's his live show from last night. I'm not sure where in the live show I call in because I don't know how long the live show was overall, so I don't know where in there I am, but I was on for maybe 10 minutes or so. All right, let's get to this talent show. Coming up, entry number 7. BVD, are you ready, sir?
Ready.
Let's go.
Almost heaven, northern Florida. Ain't got no mountains, got the St. John's River. People are old there, older than the hills. Eating lots of bath salts, popping all the pills. Bumpy roads, take me home to the place. Side below, northern Florida. Trail of mama, take me home. Bumpy road. All my memories gather round her. Mullins lady, so glad I found her. Dark and lusty, look in her eyes. Think she wants to kiss me. Oh, what a surprise. Bumpy roads, take me home to the place. Side below, northern Florida. Mullin mama, take me home. Bumpy road. I hear her voice in the morning hour. She calls me. Megan reminds me of my home far away. I get the feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Bumpy road, take me home to the place. Side below, northern Florida. Mullin mama, take me home. Bumpy road.
That was outstanding.
That might be the greatest thing I've ever seen and heard.
that was dual talented. The Photoshop, the guitar playing, the singing. That was clearly not 8 camel toes. Boy, that was
The fact that he put George's face on it just.
Yeah.
I mean, so it was hilarious from the beginning, but then, and then the fact that he must be a Florida fan, I'm assuming, because he's wearing a Florida shirt.
Yeah.
But he's also, the whole song is making fun of Florida. He talks about Mullen's wife.
Man, that one's going to be hard to beat. I'm not going to lie.
I done forgot the last one we saw now.
Well, the last one was the rap song.
Oh, that's right.
This was whoever's next is that one's competition.
God.
Good luck, whoever's next.
You know what I think I've decided?
There is no telling.
I think that one deserves a I think that one should just go through to the next round. I don't even think we need to put that up against anybody.
Yeah, because, I mean...
That one gets I say we give that one a fast pass to the next round.
Yeah, that's... What do they call that? the golden buzzer.
The golden tick. Yeah, the golden buzzer.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and move that guy to the live rounds.
Yeah, and what I'm going to do is just put now the next two.
Yeah.
The next two in there. Yeah. That's what I have to do.
Yeah. Simmer down, Richard Holton. He's getting to it. Boy, we got some antsy people in the comments section.
I hope you guys in the comment section agree with us doing that. That wasn't something I thought of until just now, but that, to me, that's so good. It just needs to go straight to the second round. BVD, can we just make like executive decisions or just send that one straight through?
Hey, it's your $100 and it's our morning show. That one definitely is making it to the second round.
Now, no more passes. Once we get to round two, nothing me or BVD says matters. It's going to be all up to the vote. But that thing, I could watch it again right now. I won't, but I could. But but let's see. So now we'll play the next one and then the next one. So if that makes sense. So here we go.
How many are left?
I think there's 3 or 4 left.
Okay. All right.
We'll see where we're at here with time, but let's see. Let's on to the next one. Here we go. Let's quit wasting time. There you go, BVD.
That was impressive. Hang on, let me switch my headphones. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you the first thing I noticed right off the bat.
Say that again, Lou.
I'm going to tell you the first thing I noticed right off the bat. Sweatbands. Sweatbands on the wrist, extra points.
Yeah, and Testament shirt, too, deserves extra points.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
For you guys that don't know what he was playing, that was Megadeth. Dave Mustaine leads are not easy. He made a lot of mistakes, but dude was shredding the shit out of that guitar. I saw somebody say, "I think it's real." That was definitely real. That was 100% real. I'm curious. I'd love to know how many takes. You know, kind of like with the chess saw things. I wonder how many times he did that.
See, now this is interesting, and this is why you make the big bucks, BVD. I'm guitar illiterate. Like when I watch somebody play the guitar, it either sounds good or bad. I can't watch someone play the guitar and go, "Wow, That's really hard to play. That means he's really good. So I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that.
If there's anybody else in the chat section that knows anything about guitar, I think they would agree with me. That was pretty damn good. I mean,
I would like to make a request if that person is watching. If they advance to the next round, I would like to see some Metallica. Some one. How about that? Can we get that? Or what's the other one? Any Metallica, really. That would be. I mean, you can use the same video in round 2 if you want. But if anything I say matters, which it typically doesn't, I would like to see that dude play some Metallica. I don't know Megadeth. To me, music is better if I know it. I know that's stupid, but it just is. I would like to see dude play some Metallica.
That makes sense. I mean, me personally, if he's going to play something for Metallica, I'd like to see something a little bit more difficult than one.
Now, never mind. Now, listen, Uncle Lou, sir, not you, BVD, whoever that was playing. You send some Tool in, automatic winner.
I haven't heard anything that you played by Tool yet so far, Lou, that comes anywhere near what that dude just played as far as difficulty goes.
Keith Shelley, I can play Fire and Flames on Expert, sir. Sit down.
Yeah, I'll say that. Ain't nobody trying to fuck with Uncle Lou on the Guitar Hero.
Celine Driver says, put those two up for a vote. No. We don't know who this person is going against yet. The other person went straight through to the second round.
Yeah.
So we don't know who Megadeth's competition is yet. So no, we won't be putting those two up for a vote. But thank you for the super chat though. That was good. I don't know what's next, but let's figure it out.
Yeah, let's rock it.
All right, here we go. Up against Megadeth. What is this now? Oh, wait a minute. That's Megadeth. Scratch that. What is this? Is this... to describe these people's talent. Okay? The talent just... I mean, so whatever this is... BVD?
My question
What
would
say
be,
you?
the hell was that?
I'm going to play it one more time, BVD. I want you, after we watch this, I want you to explain this talent to us. BVD, what did we just witness?
No clue. Looked like the dude had a lit up boner. If that's a talent, he wins.
It can be difficult to see down there sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. I mean,
do you think you need to see it again?
no. No.
Are you sure?
Positive. In relation to who wins that round, no, I don't need to see it again. If I'm missing something, then maybe I should need to see it again, but no.
All right.
I don't think I'm the only person that's a bit confused as to what the fuck that was.
Let me ask you this, BVD. If that person would have been matched up against Chess Hall, who would have won?
Chess Hall.
If that person would have been matched up against the Whistler, who would have won?
The Whistler.
Okay, so So this guy.
Maybe I'm missing something here. Illuminated pecker on the moon talent. Is that what it is? Yeah, E.T. Boner. Photoshopping. I mean, yeah. Dude's clearly multi-talented. We just don't know what the talents are. Thanks for the entry.
G. Smith says Rudolph the Red-Nosed Pee-Pee. Well, I think we need to put it up to a vote.
If we must.
Vote 1 for Megadeth. Vote 2 for Flashlight Pee-Pee.
Flashlight Pee-Pee. Yeah, okay, so moving right along.
RB Smata likes that Flashlight Pee-Pee. He wants to get him one.
So does Bad Dog. Bad Dog just likes it because it would be a good way for him to see his leg.
Bad Dog sent an entry in of himself doing leg extensions, and it was so bad I didn't even want to put it in the contest.
Don't blame you. Yeah. Moving right along.
It looks like Megadeth has advanced.
Yep.
I feel bad for Flashlight PP.
Oh, Flint, Gate City Blue Devil with the super chat. Good morning show from Northeast Tennessee. Flint, I hope you got to see Dave Mustaine. There's another guy whose guitar opinion matters to me.
And I hope you got to see Flashlight PP.
Take care, Bad Dog. Thanks for dropping in, buddy.
All right, Bad Dog. Good to see you, buddy. JC says, I didn't even see number 1, but anything is better than number 2.
Yeah.
Let me play just a second of the other one again since he didn't see it. It was pretty good, I thought, too. So we'll play just the first little bit of it. Congratulations to Megadeth for moving on to round 2. BVD, I know of one more entry. Now,
okay.
I have not checked my email in a couple of days. Maybe someone submitted something else late. Since there's no one to put the last entry up against, I'm going to, if someone wants to send something in today, okay, and then we'll do the last of the round 1 Thursday morning because there's no show tomorrow. But then we're moving on to round 2.
Can we just go ahead and play the last one and let the folks determine, we'll let the folks decide if it's worthy of moving on to round 2 or not? How about that?
No.
Okay.
Because it deserves some competition. And after seeing what's been submitted, there may be somebody out there going, you know, now that I've seen this, I'm going to get in on this. So I'm going to give people an opportunity to submit stuff today. you've got to email it today to crazyunclelou@gmail.com or louandbvd@gmail.com. If you can't remember that email address, it's on the description of all of my videos. crazyunclelou@gmail.com, louandbvd@gmail.com.
Let me catch this Slim Shady Canes super chat, Lou. Said, thank you for the super chat, Slim Shady. He says, BBD, stop it. Dave is still crying. 40 years later, Metallica kicked him out. Clearly, Kirk is better. Slim, I'm not saying anything about Dave Mustaine being better. I'm a Metallica guy. So you're barking up the wrong Kirk Hammett tree there, mister. I'm with you. I like Kirk Hammett better. I'm just saying, any weekend hacker that can get on here and bust out a Dave Mustaine lead is pretty damn good in my book. So there you go. I agree. If Mustaine's still whining 40 years later, you know, it's whatever. But thank you for the super chat.
Thank you, Slim. So let's recap here. Who has moved on? We've got Megadeth on the electric guitar has moved on. Mm-hmm. We've got a Florida fan playing an acoustic guitar with Georgia's face photoshopped on himself.
Yeah, what are you going to name that? What are you naming that thing?
We're going to name that North Florida White Trash.
Or Golden Buzzer Boy.
Who else has moved on?
Shit.
Well, I know one way to find out.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here's a brief recap. Here's entry number 1.
I can whistle.
The Whistler. All right. He went up against this person.
Hey, y'all. This is a song about my grandpa. Hope y'all enjoy. Well, I never met you. That broke my heart.
Okay, so we know.
And the Whistler lost. So we got Blake West moving on to round 2. Our next matchup featured these two super talented individuals.
This is my entry video to the Lou Got Talent. So here we go. My talent is singing, or trying to singing. This is going to be my microphone. Just shout out to all those ladies out there that are lonely, need a man to love them. That's why I'm here. Baby, last night was hands down one of the best nights that I've had, no doubt. Between the bottle of wine and the looking right.
Yeah, that was Chess Hall there singing a cover of some country song, and he went up against this uber talented human being. BB, did you see that okey doke?
I did.
So so the American Pele moved on, defeating Chess Hall. So yeah. So far we had Blake West moving on. We had the American Pele moving on. Our next matchup featured this talented individual. The Little Drummer Boy, and he faced off against whatever this is.
Faced off against the unknown rapper.
Wait a minute, let me put some real in it. This is not a test, you're dealing with a real menace. What's the business? Cut them off.
First popped up, I thought, oh my God, is this kid going to try and sing underwater?
Now, that would be a talent.
Yeah.
So the drummer boy advanced over the rapper. So Blake West advances. The American Pele advances. The Little Drummer Boy advances. We then had this entry.
Oh, all the pills. Bumpy road, take me home to the lake.
That's so funny to me. Extra points to that guy, too, for using KindMaster.
Do I know who that guy is, Lou?
Yeah.
Okay.
But extra points to that guy for using KindMaster, though. Uncle Lou's channel was built on KindMaster for about first three years.
Yes, it was.
Every video I made was with KindMaster.
Yep.
All of y'all who always ask about the YouTube channel, get a cell phone, not an Apple. Not an Apple. Get an Android cell phone. Download the KindMaster app. It's not even close. It is the most powerful phone editing app on planet Earth. It's unbelievable what you can do with it, with just a phone. There you go. So that one got the golden buzzer. That one automatically advanced. We then had this. Up against one of my personal favorites, Flashlight PP.
Archie likes it because when he heard me say PP, he came in here thinking he was going outside.
Unfortunately, Flashlight PP did not advance. He fell in defeat to Megadeth. So, Slim Shady, thank you for the super chat. He says, I'm starting to think LOUTUBE ain't big enough for two Slims. So, Mr. Mosley, this means war. Now, this could get interesting tonight at 11 p.m. Stay tuned, fan vs. fan. Waikiki, thank you, sir. He says, Slim Mosley, you will win easy. Waikiki, not a believer in Slim Shady Kane's trash-talking abilities. All right, so there you go. That's round one so far. There's at least one other entry that I know of, but there's no one to pit it up against. So we're going to leave it open for one more day. Email me, crazyunclelou@gmail.com. Send your talent in, or louandbvd@gmail.com. louandbvd@gmail.com. Send your entry in today. First thing Thursday morning, we're going to finish up round one and move to round two. That's just what it is.
That's what it be like.
Good luck to everyone. Thank you to everybody that sent an entry in so far. Keep in mind, even if you got eliminated in round one, you're still available for the consolation prize, which is going to go to the least talented person. So the most talented is going to win 100. The least talented is going to win a consolation prize.
Right now, Flashlight PP and Whistler Boy are head to head.
You don't think Chess has any chance for least talented?
Geez, I don't know. Not so far. I don't think so.
I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult. If to tell
I don't know.
You have no chance. You have no chance to win the award for the least talented person. I don't know if that's good or bad.
That's a compliment insult.
Slim Shady, thank you, sir. He says, state of West Virginia, 2 million people, 11 last names.
That's up from 5.
Yeah.
Which is what it was about 20 years ago.
Right.
Apparently some people moved into the trailer.
What a great show. This talent show, man. So far, so good. I don't know what else to say about this talent show. This has been entertaining to me.
Yeah. How many people are sitting back watching this now going, damn, I wish I'd have entered.
Yep.
Well, if you wish you had entered, now's your chance.
Now's your chance. We're opening it up one last time. One last time. Waikiki says, I see you got your book of dad jokes again. Talking to Slim Shady. Those two love going at it. They love going at it. All right. That's it for the morning show for today. We're off tomorrow, Wednesday. We'll be back here Thursday morning at 8 a.m. Like we said, we'll wrap up round one, move on to round two. Don't forget about tonight, 10 p.m., the call-in show. You guys come check it out if you haven't. We'll talk college football for an hour or so from 10 to 11. I take phone calls from you guys. We'll talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. And then at 11 o'clock, we'll fire it up for fan versus fan again. We'll get two individuals on. Let them go at it. We did it last week. Worked pretty good. We'll see how it goes again this week. That's tonight and Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. BVD, any last words from you this morning, sir?
Hey, appreciate you guys. Thanks to all the super chatters. Thanks for everybody that showed up. Whether you super chatted or not, you're all beautiful people. I'm off tonight, so make sure you're going to be here anyway for Lou, so what am I talking about? Enjoy your day, and have a good one.
Yeah, guys, appreciate all of you tuning in. Celine Driver, thank you for the super chat, and Richard Smith and Bama Boy, Slim Shady Canes, Waikiki, Brian Biak, Mike Bridges, G. Smith, Gate City Blue Devil, Slim Shady Canes, and Waikiki. Thank you guys for supporting the show this morning. Everybody that hung out to the end, you guys are the MVPs. Thank you very much. Richard Holton, Alejandro Ramirez, I hope you all have a great day. Slim Mosley, Blake Taylor, G. Smith, Big Dog Brett, Albert Sancho, Celine Driver, Drew Tube, Mike Reiser, The Real Big Lee, Kevin Cook, Ballard Sports Media, Bartholomew, Bob the Barner, who had some great comments on BVD's stream last night, by the way. G. Smith, Jamie Oldman, Chess Hall, Bears, Cubs, Canes. Appreciate all y'all tuning in. Can't wait to do it again Thursday morning. In the meantime, I'll see you tonight at 10 p.m. Hope you guys have a good Tuesday. And even better morning, too.
Right here in your eyes and this moment. See, I am just longing, acutely dreaming about you and me, about you and me. See, I am just longing, acutely dreaming about you and me, about you and me.
Hold on, don't ever
You're listening to Chill Your Mind Radio.